all gathered here to salute our armed forces and also our great scientists who are instrumental for the success of the Operation SINDOOR. Their services has to be told to the younger generation and the general people of the country for the manner they have shown the exemplary heroship and also the precise manner they have dealt with this challenge and finishing the agenda within 22 minutes. It's really a great achievement. I don't think there is any parallel in the world. I have no hesitation to say it. Friends, Bharat, that is India, in its long civilization history, has been an abode of spiritual wisdom and cultural greatness. It has been a guiding light to the world and has always been known for its exemplary tolerance and restraint. In our long civilization journey, India, I underline, please take note, India, that is Bharat, has never attacked or invaded any country in the history. Because we are against this colonial system of thinking and ruling. And we have gone for all this is only for self-protection. And the missiles we are developing is also for Atmanirbharta and self-protection. Because if you go through the history, India was known as Vishwaguru. Students from across the globe, they used to come and learn here. And India's GDP before the invasion by the foreigners was much higher and compared to all other countries. But we Indians, we believe in peaceful coexistence. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Vasudaika kutumbakam. The entire universe is one family. We must live in harmony. We must live in happiness. We must share our prosperity, our knowledge, our wisdom, whatever it is, with others also, so that everybody is happy. That has been the Indian civilization. That's why the entire world looks towards India with great awe and also admiration. That is the reason. I am pleased today's program, this Akhil Bharatiya Rashtriya Saiksik Mahasangh is working to shape academic discourse and reclaim our civilizational thought and thus contribute to the building of a Vikasit Bharat. Today, we stand here together to pay our tributes to the courage and sacrifice of our brave armed forces and also the great scientists who have provided them the needed wherewithal, including ammunition and sophisticated weapons that are required. Operation SINDOOR marks a new chapter and stands as a momentous landmark in the history of warfare. A meticulously planned strike against terrorism. Our armed forces carried out a decisive, well-coordinated military response to the horrific terror attack orchestrated by Pakistan-backed terrorists at Pahalgam on April 22, 2025, in which 26 innocent tourists were brutally killed in the name of religion. Only the other day, our brave soldiers and paramilitary forces, through Operation Mahadev, neutralized the terrorists who committed the Pahalgam massacre on April 22nd. Hats off to them. Operation SINDOOR launched in the early hours of May 7 through coordinated strikes at 9 major terrorist bases or camps across Pakistan, targeting locations deep inside enemy territory and Pakistani-occupied Kashmir also. More than 100 dangerous terrorists, including several key figures who had openly plotted against Bharat over many years, were effectively and swiftly neutralized in Operation Sindoor. Bharat set a new normal through these precious strikes under Operation Sindoor by declaring that any future act of terror against India would be seen as an act of war. That is the warning we have given. Spokesperson of armed forces also pointed out at press briefings that our response was non-excretory in nature, and Bharat's punitive strikes were strategically aimed at terrorist networks and infrastructure. On a parallel note, suspension of the one-sided suspension of the one-sided Indus Water Treaty was another decisive blow to the enemy, signaling India's intention to punish sponsors of terrorism. The Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, rightly observed that water and blood cannot flow together. This has to be understood by them. My dear friends, the world woke up to an India which conducted a precise military operation that was a model of strategic restraint. The Indian Air Force completed the mission in just 23 minutes, bypassing and jamming the air defense of the enemy, demonstrating the complete dominance of the skies. Operation Sindoor targeted terrorist camps with precision, avoiding civilian casualties and ensuring minimum collateral damage. This was made possible by our scientists. The knowledge they have given, the research they have done has been very useful in search of our enemies' locations. We have showcased technological evolution and strength, displaying and also deploying advanced indigenous technology, including guided munitions, long-range drones, and sophisticated electronic warfare systems. Operation Sindoor is a study in impeccable coordination between the three wings of the defense forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Bharat demonstrated to the world the strength of its multi-layered air defense systems, which neutralized drone and missile attacks from the enemy. Our restrained and measured response was widely appreciated by India's partners across the world as an act of self-defense in its fight against terrorism. All the countries included the USA, UK, Israel, EU, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. And in fact, out of the 193 countries of the United Nations, only 3 countries issued statements in support of Pakistan, while all other countries, whether they belong to Quad, BRICS, or EU, or elsewhere in the world, supported Bharat overwhelmingly. Our armed forces, through this process and strategic military operation, not only struck a severe blow to terrorist infrastructure across the border, destroying the terrorist hideouts and infrastructure, but also fulfilled the oath of Sindoor. It is for this resolute response carried out by our defense forces that 140 crore Indians stand collectively with them and applaud their valiant efforts. Pakistan has never imagined that terror headquarters at Bhavalpur and Murdike would ever be struck, and yet Bharat reduced them to rubble. My dear friends, another noteworthy achievements of the operation is that Bharat effectively called Pakistan's nuclear bluff, exposing that its threats are empty and that nuclear blackmail will no longer work against a strong, united Bharat. Our precision strikes carried out deep inside enemy territory destroyed air-base assets of Pakistan and caused severe damage which they never imagined. Operation Sindoor was also a powerful demonstration of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our technological capability, as seen through the deployment of made-in-India drones and made-in-India missiles, which exposed the weakness of the enemy's defense system. This journey of self-reliance began in 2014, as we all know, and has acquired accelerated strength and pace with each passing year. Today, Atmanirbhar Bharat is moving rapidly in the defense sector, with the defense budget which has nearly tripled in the past decade. Another spin-off of this powerful demonstration of our defense might is that the demand of Indian defense systems is the way it's steadily boosting. This will in turn give an impetus to the domestic industries, mainly MSMEs. We also generate immense employment opportunities. My dear friends, what we are observing today is something surprising. Some of the countries of so-called democratic countries, developed countries, they indirectly is encouraging our neighbor. We always want to be friendly with all, including our traveling neighbor. Because as late Atal Bihari Vajpayee said, we can change our friends, but we can't change our neighbors. But we have to change their mindset. We have to make them to understand that this sort of terror will never be accepted, because that has become a state policy of the government. There is no democracy. They are not answerable to anybody. They have almost become a rogue nation and then doing all sorts of these things, disturbing the world peace. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention and have retention towards the development. You will be doing only pretension. This is what is being done by certain people and certain countries. I hope that everybody realizes that they must all come together, cooperate with each other for a peaceful coexistence, for a developed world. You need to have peace. We need to put an end to these wars that are happening in different parts of the world. They have no meaning. They have no relevance in so-called advanced civilization now. We must talk to each other, resolve issues. And even if you agree to disagree on a point also, there should not be resorting to sort of wars or any forceful attack on the rivals. That should be the order of the day, because we people want a peaceful world, peaceful country, peaceful society. That being the case, the so-called big powers, or some of them they call themselves as superpowers, and then they think they are only great. But they must understand India is not lagging behind. India is, after reaching the 4th largest economy in the world, is marching towards the 3rd largest economy in the world. Our youngsters, our boys, worldwide, now many of the multinational companies are now led by our Indians, because there is talent in this land. India, we are moving towards self-reliant Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat. The only thing we can, not only hailing these armed forces or scientists, our duty for all the citizens is, ఈ భూమి, ఈ నేల, ఈ ఆకాశం, ఈ నీరు, దీంట్లో ప్రత్యేకత ఉంది, శక్తి ఉంది, సామర్థ్యం ఉంది, పోరాడే శక్తి ఉంది, కలిసి కలుపుకునే ఆ యొక్క సంస్కృతి కూడా ఈ భారతదేశంలో ఉంది. అందువల్ల ఇలాంటి అపోహలు పెట్టుకోవద్దు. మన ఎవరో చెప్తున్నారు మా ఇండియా ఈ ఎకానమీ ఏముందేనని. ఏముందనే సంగతి కొద్ది రోజులు తెలుస్తుంది, వాళ్ళకు కూడా అర్థం అవుతుంది. అర్థం అయినా అర్థం కానట్టుగా నటించే వాళ్ళకి అర్థం చెప్పడం అంత సులభం కాదు, అది వ్యర్థం అవుతుంది. కానీ వాళ్ళకు కూడా తెలుసుకునే పరిస్థితి కూడా తప్పనిసరిగా తొందరలో వస్తుందని చెప్పని నేను భావిస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే మనది ఒక స్వతంత్ర దేశం. మనం ఎవరితో వ్యాపారం చేయాలా, ఎవరితో వ్యవహారం చేయాలా, ఎవరితో లావాదేవీలు చేయాలా అనేది దేశ ప్రయోజనాలను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని చేస్తాం మనం. We keep the national interest in mind, not for the pleasure or because of the pressure of somebody, however great they may think. Because India, we are moving towards self-reliant Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat. నా మధ్య ఎవరు అడిగాడు, సార్ దేశభక్తి అంటే ఏందని. నేను చెప్పాను, ఎవరి పని వాళ్ళు చేయడమే దేశభక్తిరా బాబు అని చెప్పాను. ఎవరి పని వాళ్ళు చిత్తశుద్ధితో, పద్ధతితో చేస్తే దేశం శక్తివంతం అవుతుంది. మనం చేయవలసిన మరొక పని కలిసి ఉండడం, యూనిటీ, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion, region, and India is one. अटक से लेकर कटक तक भारत हम सब लोग एक है। ये केवल नारा नहीं होना चाहिए, ये हमारा व्यवहार होना चाहिए, ये हमारा जिम्मेदारी है। కులాన్ని మతాన్ని వర్గాన్ని ప్రాంతాన్ని భాషను ఉపయోగించి కొంతమంది విచ్ఛిన్నకర శక్తులు ప్రయోజనం పొందాలని చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు. కొంతమంది దాన్ని రాజకీయం కూడా చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. కానీ మనము భారతీయులు అందరూ మన సోదరులే. अलग भाषा अलग वेश फिर भी अपना एक देश, వివిధతా మే ఏకతా భారత్ కా విశేషత అనే విషయాన్ని కూడా మనం దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మనందరం మన యొక్క వ్యక్తిగత వ్యవహారాల్లో దైనందిన వ్యవహారాల్లో అందరం కలిసికట్టుగా ఉండాలి. మన కుటుంబ వ్యవస్థను మనం పదిలపరుచుకోవాలి. కుటుంబ వ్యవస్థ అదైతుందో భారతీయ నాగరికతకు అది ఒక గొప్ప చిహ్నం. దేశమే ఒక కుటుంబం, మనం అందరం ఒకటి కుటుంబ సభ్యులం. ఎవరి బాధ్యత వాళ్ళు నిర్వహించాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. అందువల్ల ఈరోజు మనం మన యొక్క శాస్త్రజ్ఞులకు శాస్త్రజ్ఞుల వల్లనే శస్త్రాలు తయారవుతున్నాయి. శస్త్రాలు ఉంటే కదా హీరోలు వాటిని ఉపయోగించేది. శస్త్రం అంటే అస్త్రం. ఈ అస్త్రాలు శస్త్రాలు తయారు చేసే శాస్త్రజ్ఞులు ఎవరుతున్నారో వాళ్ళకు కూడా మనం సెల్యూట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది, వందన చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. దాంతోపాటు ముందుండి మన వీరోచితమైనటువంటి పోరాటం చేసి మన దేశ ప్రతిష్టను నిలబెట్టి దేశ రక్షణకు వెనుదన్నుగా నిలిచే మన సైనిక దళాలు అవుతున్నాయో 3 విభాగాలు, వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా మనం అభినందించాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. వాళ్ళ వెన్నంటి మనందరం కూడా నడవాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉందని ఈ సందర్భంగా మనం ఒకసారి మనవి చేస్తూ మంచి కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసినందుకు నేను ఇందాకే చెప్పినట్టుగా మన నిర్వాహకులను మరొకసారి అభినందిస్తూ మీ దగ్గర సెలవు తీసుకున్నాను. జై హింద్.
Jai Hind to everyone present here. We recently, as you're aware, celebrated Kargil Vijay Divas. So I think in the sequence of events, I suppose interaction today is just about the right form for honoring all that is behind success of India in Operation SINDOOR. As we are aware, this was the first time that we were able to put the whole of nation approach into practice and deservedly get what we did in a very, very short span of time. I will speak a few words as to where do we stand today. India as a nation, after Operation SINDOOR, we are at a strategic inflection point in India's military history. For decades, India's security calculus vis-a-vis one of our not-so-friendly nation, Pakistan, has been marked by caution, calibrated response, and an overhanging shadow of nuclear weapons. This operation exemplified India's resolve to counter Pakistan's sponsored terrorism through a combination of kinetic force and political instruments to signal that the pursuit of terrorism as an instrument of state policy would now incur tangible and escalating costs. I think the message has been very, very clearly driven across. It was also a statement of political will and a statement of higher military leadership. No other person than our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's articulation of the new normal after the strikes clarified the doctrine in no uncertain terms. Any act of terror will be met with a strong and resolute response. India will not be intimidated by nuclear threats, and no distinction will be made between the terrorists and their state sponsors. Note the latter word. These 3 principles now underpin a fundamentally transformed Indian posture. We have had a lot of debates on the subject. There is nothing that we need to tell what we did in an operation which lasted just 88 hours. It's there for the world to see and acknowledge, and they have acknowledged enough. I think today is the day to rejoice. All of us, it was the perfect example of whole of nation approach. We have made a start, and I think there is no looking back. The honored guests who are sitting on the stage, with the development of the missile technology and the low cost of production coupled with the precision, I suppose long range precision fires coupled with guidance technology for ensuring that it hits where we want is the new way forward. And I thank the scientists who are sitting here. I also thank Dr. G. Satish Reddy for having guided us for last many years. In the end, let me thank the organizers for such a wonderful emotion that you have gestured towards the armed forces. We are all but a representative of some of them. The people who have actually been there and who have done the nation proud are still there on the borders and making us proud of them. So let us thank them. Jai Hind.
Akhil Bharatiya Rashtriya Shaikshik Mahasangh is a teachers union. Generally, teachers union means when they will come forward when there is some issues are there. But ABRSM wants to change this scenario. राष्ट्र के हित में शिक्षा, शिक्षा के हित में शिक्षक, शिक्षक के हित में समाज. So this is the motto of the organization. Teachers should work with nation first philosophy. The teaching community can play a pivotal role in shaping the nation. So with this idea, ABRSM started working among the teachers, and ABRSM proved again and again teachers are not only confined to their issues and they will come forward. And whenever it comes, time needs, yes, we are ready to come forward to do anything. So here so many of you are witnessing whatever the programs that ABRSM is organizing and taking part of that. Every program, the program, it is not hundreds, 200s, the number every time it is crossing. Thousands of faculties are coming together. Within a short span of time, in entire Telangana or across the country, in over 30 states, ABRSM is having its activity. More than 13 lakhs membership is this organization is having. And this organization, day by day, whatever the program it is taking, so it is getting very good momentum and it is bringing the real-time transformation. I can't say complete transformation. Transformation has started and teachers are working in a different way. And today we are witnessing this program. So first of all, I would like to request every one of you to give our gratitude to the unsung heroes. As Madam mentioned, no? The Operation SINDOOR showed that the strength of our country, as well as I'm really surprised, thanks to Satish Reddy Garu, when this idea has come among the team of ABRSM faculty, everyone we are only discussing why don't we have a program like this, Hyderabad Academicians, Voice of Hyderabad Academicians Forum, and we are doing different kind of programs. We should do something unique program. Then this idea has come, Operation SINDOOR. It is a historical milestone in the history of our country. So this kind of activity was planned. So we will invite all our armed forces personalities and who are all the unsung heroes, or we will invite them and will give our gratitude. It is our minimum responsibility to sensitize the society is our responsibility. So this idea has come up. Then naturally, Satish Reddy ji, whenever we are organizing some programs, so he is with us and he is guiding us properly. So when we decided these days, when he said about these great people, those who are sitting here. Lakshmanji, today we are talking about Akash, BrahMos, and earth to surface, this missile, that missile. No. So how people are working behind that? Not for years, 20 years, 30 years. Those who are sitting here, and they are working selflessly without any name, any fame, and behind the screen. So they dedicated their time to invent all this kind of Swadeshi weapons behind that. So yes, these all heads are here. And their headquarters is Hyderabad. They are with us. They are all working. And when I'm approached each big people here, Lakshmanji today on the site, we'll speak in the evening and we will not allow mobile. Sorry, we didn't attend your call. The recent example, I'm telling you how hard they are working. And, today's Operation SINDOOR victory, of course, armed forces, they are our heroes and they are in front of that, they are with us. And behind that, all these people contributed their entire energy. And Satish Reddy ji are also one among them. And Pauluri Subbarao ji, he's also working in space, whatever the spare parts, he is running his industry in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And all other those who are sitting here on the dais, they are all contributing their level to this nation. And we requested our Major Ajay Mishra sir, to how to do. So I requested some armed forces officers should be here. Here, in front of us, army, navy officers are sitting here among with us. No, so I request, sir, army officer, you be seated there, and all you be seated there, and remaining all of you, I request you, please stand up for a minute and give big claps and ovation to them. Bharat Mata Ki Jai! Bharat Mata Ki Jai! So I need not to speak anything. It is a very emotional program for every one of you, for me also, and we saw the cultural events also. And I congratulate the ABRSM Hyderabad team, all the faculty members, more than 200 faculty members, they worked to make this program like this. So I congratulate them. I request ABRSM Telangana team to continue this kind of activity. And I request every one of us, you bless ABRSM and see that all these faculty members, academy of this country, the negative narratives all these years were made. Now we have to dismantle all those narratives, and we have to set up something new. Now we're all discussing about Vikasita Bharat, and Vikasita Bharat is possible by this group. And every one of us part of that, and it's the right time, and the world is looking very, very keenly towards Bharat, because Bharat has that capability, that capacity. Now the time has come, we have to showcase our strength, and also we have to prove what we are and what we can do if we decide. Coming previous few years, we are all experiencing so many success stories about our country, and in the global arena, Bharat is capable of doing anything that it is proved, and it is going to be proved. And in the coming future, Bharat is going to play a very, very, very crucial role in maintaining the global order. And we have more responsibility to take care of that. And being the academicians, we have to nurture the young minds, and we have to make the young minds to take care of about the future of this country. With this, once again, I am saluting each one of officers here and all the invitees. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
The celebration for the resolve of the nation to fight against the forces that were acting against the nation, and the courage and valor of all our armed forces, and the scientists who worked behind, and all the academicians and the teachers who trained all the scientists, and the industry that made this possible. The ABRSM not only demonstrated how strong the nation is, and more about resolve of the nation to neutralize the targets in less than half an hour. This has been possible because of the strong government and everyone that have played a very, very important role for this. But this journey has not started and then come just like that. It is the hard work and struggle for many decades. Some of the visionaries who thought about this and sown the seeds. Now today the nation is bearing the fruits. The first war, which has seen many Swadeshi arms being part of this operation. This one operation in which the India could neutralize the forces far away from our own soil itself. Like gone are the days, we have to cross across the border and then go into enemy territory. We can neutralize the enemy from sitting at our own place itself. That's what is done. The army, from our soil itself, they seen that, enemy could not dare come forward. And the Air Force neutralized all the targets. And Navy also has seen that no naval force of adversaries can move forward. But this is just a beginning of the Swadeshi movement. As we move forward into the future, more and more Swadeshi arms will be part of any future operations. That is what the Atmanirbharta as a nation we all are looking at. And whatever initiatives have been taken by the government, and all the departments of the government, and all the armed forces, and every individual who is working for the nation, and also the academicians who have been grooming the next generations. I think every one of us are looking in this direction. And as we move forward, the coming days, with the skills that have been imparted to our next generations, and the country will truly achieve the Atmanirbharta. And we'll be having many, many more such celebrations if should there be any need to face such situations. And this operation has shown to the world what the India is. The developed India the India that is rising and the India that is going to be the future. And I thank organizers for making us part of this and wishing all the best for the future as the India rises to become Akhanda Bharat and the best in the world.
You saw that the operational Sindoor success is not only the skill of our armed forces, it is the more than 50 years of continuous effort of R&D and by our scientists, which is possible to make many cutting-edge technology as a weapon system like missiles like Akash, ABRSM, BrahMos and anti-drone systems. So this success is a combination of all our armed forces as well as the DRDO developed indigenous product, which is the true Atmanirbhar Bharat achievement. So in these cases, my group under Satish Reddy sir and his guidance and his encouragement, we developed anti-drone system. As you see that all the development of the new anti-drone system and drone systems, drone is used for the attacking or for the war attacking part, but anti-drone system is used to counteract that part. So whenever you have a swarm drone of more than 300,000 numbers comes, so it is well not possible to fight with the missile. So it requires a beam weapon. Instead of kinetic energy weapon, you require a beam weapon. In these cases, in DRDO, we developed the beam weapon, which is based upon the detection by the low RCS detection by radar and wideband jammer, and we have also high power laser as well as fine pointing system, beam control system. Using that one, we could develop the state-of-art anti-drone system which was been deployed during Operation Sindoor, and more than a dozen of anti-drone system was deployed, and it was also operational and successful during this mission. So we developed all the technology, and more than 60 to 70% of indigenous content was there in that technology. And we are now the 5th nation to have this anti-drone system. We have not imported this anti-drone system till now. Whatever exists in the country, it is our anti-drone system. And till date, we are also developing advanced anti-drone system, which was Mark 1. We have now developed Mark 1 to Mark 2 and Mark 1 to Alpha. Both are higher ranges we have already developed, and whatever the threat comes from the drone, it is possible for us to depend. We will not going to depend upon outside of the country. Thanks to once again to our leader, Dr. Satish Reddy sir, when he was Secretary of Defense R&D, he personally only drive this program. And I just thank you, sir, for this type of visionary leadership for you. And I am a little bit lucky in this part because nobody requires to have a war, but like scientists like us, when 40 years we work and we only test this thing in the field. But whenever this type of weapon, cutting edge weapon you make, and it go and hit with a high precision to the enemy territory, then that time you get the satisfaction. Our 35 years of effort. And that day, that night when it hit, not only missile, the anti-drone system, Satish Reddy sir also called me and told, your anti-drone system is working very well. That night he told us. So that gives us a big satisfaction. Then all 35 years of effort, you go like you feel that you have done some fruitful work. And today, you have also called us and you honored us, and that I could have also left the DRDO and gone for the software and done the work. But today I'm standing and thinking that I have done a right job, staying back the DRDO, develop something for the country. And that is my satisfaction. Thanks to DRDO, thanks to the leaders like Dr. Satish Reddy, and thanks to my DRDO chief, everybody, they have given us an opportunity to prove ourselves. Thank you very much.
When we see, first time when we heard Pahalgam issue, the first thing I felt myself as a leader who has supplied Akash missile system, now we are going to get the opportunity to use it. And exactly after a few days, our government has taken a decision, and it was a wonderful opportunity for our Akash weapon system, designed with our hands produced by the Indian industry. And first time when we heard that this system has, killed one of the fighter aircrafts originated from other country, and it was wonderfully performing as a stellar performance it has given to the country. We all felt very, very happy, and our tears started rolling on our eyes. It's almost the same for all the Akashians. The credit should go to all the Akashians and their family members who have actually done, dedicated commitment for long years, more than 30, 35 years. Same thing must be for other projects too. But as an initiator of the project and handed over the system to the services, I felt myself a very, very happy moment for me, and subsequently the system has been doing wonderful performance in the armed forces. I thank this opportunity to ABRSM organization for honoring all our warriors and also the scientists behind that. I thank you.
It gives me immense pleasure to receive this honor, especially in the presence of the Honorable former Vice President of India and other luminaries. While we were designing the missile weapon system, little did we realize that one day they would be used in battle. But when we came to know that they were actually used in Operation SINDOOR, that too with great lethality, it dawned on us that our efforts had not gone in vain. It was all a teamwork with the involvement of DRDO scientists, the armed forces, industry partners, and the best of the minds in our country. The support provided by the academia is immeasurable, whether it was for Akash or for the medium-range surface-to-air missile weapon systems. Many a times, when we were driven against the wall, we looked up to the academia for solutions. Well, after all, it was their teaching and guidance during our school and college days that helped us in designing such a complex weapon system. I salute and bow my head in reverence to all my teachers in school and college, and also to my classmates who have indirectly or directly contributed to the success of Operation Sindoor. I once again thank the management committee of ABRSM and the organizers of this function for the felicitations, and also for the soulful performance by our beloved students. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. And I am very much thankful to ABRSM, the way they have organized this event. And I am surely this will give a good awareness, good motivation to the next generation to get involved with the country's main profile, main link to get joined with that. So I am very much thankful to the organization, the way they have organized from the starting initial songs also. Now coming to Akash and Sindoor, as the Chandramouli sir has already said, the Akash has been, the fruits what we are seeing today is the effect of the generations who have spent all their life to build this system. So which includes our earlier first project director, Dr. Pallada, Dr. Pandyam, followed by Chandramouli sir, GN sir, then our recent team we are able to take care. There are many labs, many teams which were working for this one. Even on the dais, I will introduce Dr. Patrick De Silva sir. He is our structural designer. He has designed our airframe for the missile. And even the Jagannath Nayak sir, he has first indigenized the sensor within our missile. So Akash is flying with the sensors which has been given by Nayak sir. So all generations, even Rajabu sir, our current generation anyhow is doing a major role. And even Dr. Satish Reddy sir, he has been a major force in seeing that the Akash goes to the services in the right place, in the right quantity also. So with sirs, I had fortunate to have a good association that we were the first one to make a global, more than 10,000 crore global procurement case which army was going ahead, was been retracted and then placed order on Akash. So that was one of the achievement what we have taken. So all that way I am saying the Akash, it is having the big family who has contributed for this. And I am lucky that when I joined, within 2 months, I was there at the flight trials stage, from the first guided flight till the Operation Zafran, where in 2019 we were having deployed, our system was deployed, and where we came to know that only the missile is not going to play the role. All the ground systems plays a critical role, and we took all the users' feedback during that operation and ensured that even in Operation Sindoor, it has played a very critical role. So more than, I'll say 2,000 kilometers were defended by Akash, with more than 30 firing units defending all the areas in that zone. And in this Operation Sindoor, all the environment has got the understanding and appreciation of the having indigenous system. Like here, I will say that when the operation started, the 6th May to 10th May, each day the tactics were changing. And because now this current warfare is going to be a very much technologically and tactically involved, the support of indigenous system, like I will say from the DRDO fraternity, we were anyhow a link between all the armed forces, defense industry. We ensured that whatever is required for the man on the border was given in time with a good response, and that has played a major role in keeping our border secured. And after the first day itself, the Akash and even many of the systems which we were having have ensured that the aircrafts were not flown from the other side at all. We made them to come to the level of drones. They were flying with a small unit. They were trying to damage our systems. But all the integrated system with all services, with the full ecosystem which has created, has given a very good very good defense to the whole country's scenario. So that is the advantage of the indigenous system what we are having. So once again, I thanks to this fraternity of education, and because if you see the country's education and educational culture makes the full backbone of our country's strength. Like I will say that based on on the behalf of Ministry of Defense with Armed Forces, DRDO and all the industries, we will ensure that threats which are outside the borders, which can be visibly seen, we will be taking care to the best of the possible. But now the next generation threats which are coming internally, and these threats are not the human threats only, like environment if I say, and many of the things like within our generation itself, we have seen in 5 decades how environment is making a big impact. So we are seeing so many, like water, there are many threats which will be coming. So I congratulate this initiative, so that many of this type of internal threats also, the education system and education culture will try to become a defense shield for all these upcoming threats which are going to be coming for the next generation. So with that, I thanks again to the organization.
What actually we achieved from this Operation Sindoor, it's not only a victory. What we achieve is a self-confidence and self-reliance. If we consider, if we take an example that Pakistan have attacked us with fighter aircrafts, missiles, drones with missiles, or drones with explosives, self-exploding drones. Let us say 1,000 projectiles are fired on us. I'm proud to say all our indigenous weapon and foreign collaboration indigenous weapon, we have neutralized all thousands of targets with 90% efficiency. Means I will say every 10 missile fires again 10 target, we have brought down the 9 targets. Or I'll say, Jagannath Naik sir, every high power laser we thrown on the drone, explosive drone, 10 times we fire the laser, 9 drones have been killed. So this is a very, very big achievement. And we have set the benchmark for the world. The world is stunned how India can achieve this 90% reliability or 90% defense and 100% destruction of targets. So this is a very big achievement. It's not winning a war. It has boosted our self-confidence on Indian industries, DRDO and defense PSUs. That is one thing. Second, I like to highlight regarding my project Akash Prime. Last 2 months, our team was in Leh, Ladakh. And I am proud to say that we have fired Akash Prime missile at the altitude of 4,500 meters. I think it is a first achievement as a country. And now this Akash Prime system also will be inducted into the Indian Army as a 3rd and 4th regiment.
Operation Sindoor is not just a mission ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का मतलब है हमारे लिए एक और वरदान था कि ये हमारे भारत देश में कि वीर अभी भी हमारे लिए लड़ते हैं, जागते हैं और जीते हैं। ये सिर्फ एक ऑपरेशन नहीं था, ये भारत माँ की रक्षा का संकल्प था। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ने दुश्मन को बता दिया कि हम चुप नहीं रहते, हम छोड़ते नहीं। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ने दिखाया कि जब भारत के वीर जागते हैं तो दुश्मन की नींद हमेशा के लिए उड़ जाती है। और इसी मौके पे मैं एक छोटा सा सॉन्ग मैं डेडिकेट करना चाहती हूँ टू ऑल द वॉरियर्स आउट हियर। सर, एक तो बताना चाहती हूँ कि आपका सबका मतलब जो भी सुनने के बाद आफ्टर हियरिंग ऑल ऑफ यू, I feel like, that day as a citizen, I could just see Star Wars in the sky. So it was that beautifully planned, this Mission Sindoor. And the song is, ए वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू। ए वतन मेरे वतन, ए वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ पे याद रहे तू। ए वतन मेरे वतन, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से। पहुँचूँ मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू, पहुँचूँ मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू। ए वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू। ए वतन मेरे वतन, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ, तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूँ। कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू, कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू। ए वतन मेरे वतन, भारत माता की, भारत माता की जय हिंद।
So with this, I'll conclude. Thank you very much.
To welcome you to Operation Sindoor, a national tribute to India, a strategic resolve. We are gathered here to our esteemed Engineering Staff College of India, Hyderabad, to reflect on a significant moment in India's efforts to protect peace, strengthen the security, and advance technological self-reliance. This event is not just about a military strategy, it's a celebration of India's unity, strength, and determination. Operation Sindoor stands as a symbol of how our nation responds with the purpose and precision when faced with the threats. It represents how technology, intelligence, and nation will come together to uphold our sovereignty. We are privileged today to host some of India's most respected minds, visionaries like Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Satish Reddy ji, Gunta Lakshman ji, Subba Rao ji, Preeti Reddy garu, and Rameshwar Rao garu, and other defense officers, Rajbabu garu, Major General Ajay Mishra garu, Jagannath Nayak, and Dr. Chandramouli garu, Sri Patrick Selva garu, Ajit B. Chaudhary garu, and Sri Narendra Kale garu, and all other dignitaries, and many others who have shaped India's strategic and technological journey through their ideas and leadership dedication. As the convener of the program, I also take this moment to highlight the valuable contributions of ABRSM, Akhila Bharatiya Rashtriya Shaikshik Mahasangh, which is also co-organizing today's program. ABRSM has consistently served as a national academic platform that builds a strong connections between education and national development through policy engagement, faculty development, and nation-focused dialogue. It plays a key role in aligning higher education with India's progress. It's a flagship initiative. The Voice of Hyderabad academicians gives a space to the teachers and researchers across disciplines to reflect the national issues, promote a meaningful thinking, and contributions to India's long-term growth and security. Today's gathering is not just a tribute to our courage of our soldiers and the scientists. It is a reminder to all of us in academic, research, industry, that each of us has to play a role in building stronger and safer India. With that spirit, may our discussion today lead to new ideas, a deeper understanding, and shared commitment to take India forward with the strength and wisdom and unity.
Operation Sindoor, saluting our heroes program. First, I thank our distinguished guests for joining us and making this event so meaningful. It is our responsibility to honor our tri-armed forces heroes and who are serving for our nation. And also, we are honoring our guests today. So I am thanks on behalf of ABRSM Telangana. So Dr. G. Satish Reddy Garu and today's Chief Guest Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu Garu, former Vice President. Thank you for your inspiring words and reminding us for the unity and strength of our nation. And here you see Preeti Reddy Madam and Rameshwara Garu, Rajan Babu, Narendra Kole and Jagdish Nayak and Chandramouli Garu and Major General Ajay Misra and Sri Patrick D. Silva and Sri Ajit B. Chaudhary. And last, I want to give the respect to our beloved National Joint Organizing Secretary ABRSM G. Guntal Lakshman Ji. The main is a backbone to our true pillar of the ABRSM, committed and visionary leader who guidance illuminate every event organized under the aegis of Voice of Hyderabad Academician and ABRSM. So this is tireless commitment and inspire presence are the guiding and led the motivation us all at all. And here let me also share the powerful thought that truly symbolized this occasion. This is not ink, this is not paint. It is Sindoor, the memory of courage, the mark of the fallen, promise of the living. These words reminds us of the sacrifice and spirit that bind us as a nation. I thank all the members of the ABRSM and well-wishers and the Voice of Hyderabad academicians and ABP, ABVP and BJP members and faculty development program cells and engineering staff college India for their unwavering and cooperation. Thank you to the family of our brave soldiers for your support and strength. And also I thank to Professor Nagaraju Garu, Vice Chancellor, IFLU, and I also thanks to print and electronic media, and a big thank you to all teachers, students, and everyone present today's program. Your support means so much to our heroes. Let us keep the spirit of Operation Sindoor alive, honoring our soldiers and standing together as one nation. Thank you, everyone. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.